coming out day celebrant at 12 o'clock.
I was so nervous. Thanks for understanding.
Oh my God, that kid just came out to his father.
I love you, Daddy.
Different kind of dad.
If we can't rely on other LGBTQ people to teach us about queer culture, where can we turn? To television? Perhaps, but that depends on how well our favourite TV shows actually know the material, and all too often they rely on stereotypes and out-of-date references. On television, as in life, lesbian culture is different from gay culture. Lesbians apparently like certain musicians and sports.
Worried that we wouldn't accept your lifestyle?
No, what lifestyle? And to be perfectly honest, this isn't a big surprise. No, your unholy love of camping?
Oh, that Annie DeFranco box set?
That Melissa Etheridge collection and the women's softball league you joined back in grade 9.
Well, they don't all like sports.
I am a lesbian. I think. But I still don't like when people tell my business out in public. And I don't like to freaking play sports.
Gay men, on the other hand, are devoted to self-care.
Oh, no, you guys all turned gay too? Oh!
Not gay, Gerald. Metrosexual.
Ever since gay culture became cool, our boys bathe every night and brush their teeth 3 times a day.
They love to dance.
Circuit party.
Gay Culture 101. Circuit parties are kind of like gay raves. They go on for 3 or 4 days. There's like one a month all over the place. A white party here, a black party there, LA and Los Angeles.
They contribute to mainstream culture in all kinds of creative ways.
Gays basically invented the online hookup. Right after they invented Bravo and Lady Gaga and breaking out into song in the middle of a normal play.
And they adore a very specific kind of glamour.
It's Drag Queen Wednesday.
When it comes to that, it also, I guess, depends on the network, because I feel like with the LGBTQ network, I'm not sure exactly what it's called, but I feel like those have the most accurate representations and different representations of gay people. And if not, then that's their fault, because the network is dedicated to you, so you should have somebody who accurately represents you. Everything else, I think everything else pretty just really mocks gay people. Or they're like a prop, like when it comes to fashion, e-news, but gay people are just a prop.
I think that they have a couple tendencies that are true, but as far as every living and waking moment, I do not believe that is true, no. I believe that they make people seem a little more flamboyant than they actually are in their personal lives. Every gay person is not over the top. Every gay person does not exceed the normal beings, as people so call it. I think it's just made off of raw interpretation of what they think the life of a gay person is.
In the media, they try to always make gay people seem like they're happy and nonchalant and always sarcastic, you feel me? So I guess if you go by just media standpoint, you would think that's what gay people are, and that some of them are assholes too, but that's just media. Like, gay people are regular people just like we are. But it really hasn't changed my perception, but based on that, I would get like a negative but somewhat positive perception. Like she said, depending on like the show too, like that the way they're trying to portray them also. So, yeah.
Gay people are kind of over-sexualized.
Yeah, they can definitely be over-sexualized nowadays, but that's just like 2018 type shit.
I don't believe it's accurate because, you know, every gay person is not what people perceive them to be. You might be one that's the most down-to-earth person on the planet that you wouldn't even imagine is gay. There are people who don't cross-dress. There are people who don't act like ladies. There are people who don't do certain things that the media portrays them to be. And I just think it's a bit unfair, because you do have, you know, those people who are not, you know, over-exceeding in their comfortability with their sexuality as the media would like to portray it.
No. Because again, that goes back into representation. If you're misrepresented and that's the only idea of you seeing as someone, that's really what you think because you have nothing else to go off of. So I think that if you're going to form an opinion about somebody, which you really shouldn't because you don't know someone's situation, but if you're going to do that, you should at least try to get informed as possible about that person or about that group. They're going to hell. I think everybody's favorite thing to say is gay people going to hell. I think everybody's going to hell. So I don't think it's just a gay people thing. I think people, again, they over-sexualize gay people and they kind of like demonize them for no reason, just again because of the Bible and everything else. I think people have a bad idea, just the wrong idea of them and been misinformed.
I would say the popular opinion about gay people is, let's see, because there's a lot of opinions that I hear, but as of 2018, gay is like the new thing, so I guess that would be like a popular opinion.
I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, you can definitely say it. It's definitely like being more popularized and stuff as 2018. It's more acceptable now.
Kinda, sorta.
No, not quite as sorta. Cause 2017, people weren't doing the same they do today. So anyway, like I was saying,
I guess they were.
it was popular. It's been popularized, but
I think the most popular opinion about homosexuality is that every gay person wants to make everybody else gay. I think that's one of the most absurd popular opinions. Just because you're around a gay person or you enjoy that person or any of that matter does not necessarily mean that they're going to try to convert you to their lifestyle. And another thing is that people feel as if you can't be around them, like as if they have some type of disease. And I just don't think that's true as well because they're just normal people just like us. I hate the token gay character. Again, I think it's absolutely made up based off of people's perceptions and what they think, not off of real life or facts. I think it's morbidly impossible to just create one gay person based off of what you think every gay person is, because just like races and, you know, nationalities and different things like that, although we're all the same, they're different entities inside of everything.
well, I feel they're always misrepresented or always doing too much. Like, always got to fit a stereotype, like, depending on the show, like, and the assets that the show provides. And, yeah, like I said, it's like you have to have a token gay character now. Like, when in the past years you didn't have to. Like, but now it's a requirement.
I don't really care for the token gay characters. I think a lot of it has to do on race, because then it goes into the whole, well, then there's trying to make black people seem masculine or whatever the race is. So I think it all just depends, but I don't really care for them because it usually doesn't accurately depict like a homosexual person, or it just, again, makes them seem really extra or just different from the rest of the cast. I wouldn't say it's overly publicized. I would say it's equally publicized now. I just think that because being gay still isn't the norm, and because people are still more, I don't know, this is what they say, but people still more straight than gay, that being straight is the norm. So people don't want to see, I guess, people of the same sex doing on camera, doing intimate things. I don't want to see regular people doing intimate things on camera, though, to be honest.
I do believe it's overly shined, especially now because we're in a time where it's becoming okay. It took a long time for being homosexual to be accepted in our society, and now that it has become such a norm in our culture and, you know, our everyday life, people who are not used to change and who don't want that change, and especially people who just, you know, hate the entire idea, They hate it because it's not what they're used to. People want to deal with and do only what they're used to. And I think that's one of the biggest problems in this world. No one likes change.
So I do think that homosexuality is starting to be overshined in media because, and I have a perfect example, Snapchat. Every other commercial is a gay couple kissing or some shit. It's not no heterosexual shit. Like, I personally don't have a problem with it, but like, it seems like out of 2018, like, the LGBTQ, the LGBTQ community has been like overshined and getting more out there, which I appreciate because people need to know a lot more about it. But I feel like it shouldn't be forced upon people. You feel me? Like, 'cause there are some people that don't agree with it. Me personally, I don't care. Like, I love gay people. I have gay best friends, like I said earlier. But yeah, I feel it is getting a little bit over popularized now, type, and more media made. If they actually show like how real life gay people actually live, instead of always trying to show like the sexual side of it and like over sexualize the sex, that it's man on man or woman on woman type shit, then people wouldn't be as like harsh about it type. You feel me?
Well, one of my favorite shows is How to Get Away with Murder, and I absolutely love their gay character because he's not the norm, and I think that's what, is hard for people to grasp. He's a regular, everyday person. He dresses nicely. He's not flamboyant. You wouldn't, from the normal eye, you wouldn't even be able to tell that he's the gay person, but he's so passionate about his boyfriend in this show, and it took him so long to become comfortable, to the point where he even still hides it from certain people. He was scared to fall in love, and he was scared to be this person that everybody, is not, they don't know who he is, but in that element, he's so comfortable and he's so himself. And I just think that's a more accurate depiction of what it's like to be
ever seen
a person of homosexuality.
Powerpuff Girls? Well, him was a demon, so they literally demonized him, and then the Powerpuff Girls were supposed to be good, and so I think it just made gay seem like evil, and then this is what you're supposed to do. It also like kind of promotes violence against gay people.
I feel like that's more, I wouldn't say, well, no, yeah, I would say that. I feel like lesbianism is accepted more in society because it's not like an uncommon thing for a woman to go with another woman, like in today's time, but because they always experiment and shit. But if like a man goes and experiment and does some gay stuff, he can't go back from that. You feel me?
So on the topic of lesbianism, think that again, lesbians are over-sexualized, and then I think it's more acceptable because people think that lesbianism is like a real sexuality. People think it's just a phase as to where, oh, you gay. But with girls, it's, oh, so you just haven't had the right, or you haven't met the right guy. And again, yeah, they like it, like guys like it.
I believe that it's definitely a seesaw. Men are more frowned upon being gay because you bring your sons up to love a woman, to love a woman, be a husband, have kids, and do all of these things. Whereas a woman, it's socially acceptable to be gay because women, it's almost more like women have been doing it longer, if that makes sense. And then on top of that, you have people who, are turned on by it. So it's sexier for a woman to be with a woman versus a man being with a man. So it's more accepted in life versus, two men being together. Or how people feel that if you're a gay couple, in order to have a child, you have to adopt, versus being a lesbian couple, you know, you can artificially inseminate, you can get a sperm donor, you can do all of these things. So people tend to make it seem like they can do a little bit more in their relationship dynamic than you can being two homosexual men.
We don't ever see a gay character that's still masculine. We have to see a gay character or a homosexual character that acts like a woman. We don't ever see female characters that are just gay or just lesbian. They have to act like a man. Or we don't see like a lesbian couple unless one is a more of a butch and then one is just a girl, as to where I think when it comes to boys, they just think of being gay as not manly at all. So I think that's kind of what that goes into, like a lot of masculinity issues.
And to add on to that, yeah, that's how mostly they are depicted, like as non-masculine or as non-masculine as possible. But honestly, gay men are still masculine too. Like just because you're gay, that don't mean you're not masculine. I definitely think media and religion play a part in collaborating on some things with each other. But that also I would also say that depends on the channel you watch and what you're watching, literally. Because I know like Viceland, they don't do stuff like that. They don't try to compare the two. Like, you are who you are on Viceland, period. But like other shows like Fox and stuff, they're against homophobes and all that.